like always, want to thank you guys for coming and covering Penn State football. Just looking for Neil. Is Neil here? And even Neil. Yeah, appreciate all you guys coming and covering Penn State football, and even Neil. That was a joke, Neil. Not funny, huh?
Everybody laughed.
Yeah, nobody laughed. Nobody laughed. Want to thank the fans. Obviously, 110,000. Awesome. We just get such unbelievable support week in and week out. We don't take that for granted. Our defense, a couple things kind of jump out about them. I think our third quarter defense all year's been ridiculous. 87 yards all year on 46 plays, 1.9 yards per play. I think this game we held UCLA to -9 yards in the third quarter. So that was significant. Really cool to see Liam Clifford with over 100 yards today. So now you watch on tape, Trey has beat people. Omari obviously is an issue. Liam showing up, Julian showing up, the tight end showing up, the running back. So makes it difficult when they're not sure who they can or will take away in the game. But great to see Liam have his first 100-yard game. Penn State is 5-0 for the 4th straight year. We're the only school in the country to start 5-0 in each of the last 4 years, and it's the first time that that's happened in school history. So something we take a lot of pride in. And then our defense has held Big Ten opponents under 100 yards rushing in 4 straight games and 15 of the last 16 games. So that was cool. Having Paz back was great. Getting a chance to be with him and his wife and his kids was really cool. Obviously, great linebacker here at Penn State and LBU. And then Juravicius as well. Hasn't been back in a long time and was with us this week. Obviously, his daughter is killing it with our volleyball team. So great having these lettermen back and spending time with them. We won the explosive play battle, not by much, but we did. We won the third down battle. We won the sack battle. We won the starting field position battle. And then the big one, which I'm not sure who it was specifically, a bunch of you guys, to be honest with you. But most importantly, the penalty battle. We had 2 penalties in the game for 20 yards. That was big. We talked about the importance of getting that cleaned up now that we're in Big Ten play. So that's a step in the right direction that we got to build on. So overall, a lot of good things to celebrate. Again, we appreciate the fans. We appreciate your support. And I'll open up the questions.
Start with Mark. We'll go
James, how do you think the offense adjusted to not having Nick? And Neil was wondering if you could give us a status update on Nick.
Oh, yeah.
I thought we'd have him Thursday. I thought we'd have him Friday. I thought we'd have him today. I didn't find out until after warm-up. Jaywan and Andy Mutton came into my office, came into the locker room and told me. So literally it was a last-minute deal. I mean, obviously not having a guy like Nick Singleton is significant, but it was a tremendous opportunity for Kaytron to get a few more touches, and it was also a great opportunity to get Quentin in there. So, really, really good opportunity for those 2 guys, and I think overall we handled it well.
Jared, to the left.
Hey, Coach Franklin.
Hey, Jared.
How's it going?
Good.
Tyler Warren, another week, another touchdown for him. What makes him so dependable for you guys, especially in the red zone?
I think that's the word. He's dependable. I mean, the guy does his job and does it on a consistent basis, whether it is blocking, whether it is running with the ball as a ball carrier, whether it is as a receiver. And again, I think you guys have heard me talk about this a lot, but when they can't put Tyler Warren into a category, that's what makes tight ends most valuable. If he's just a receiver, they can treat him like a receiver and treat it as 10 personnel. If he's just kind of a big run blocking slug, then that's not a threat either. But when he can do either or, makes it very, very difficult to defend. And then to your point, he's dependable. You throw the ball in his direction, he's going to catch it, and he's going to break tackles, he's going to make positive yards. So, again, I think he's the best tight end in college football, and I think his play warrants that.
Tyler and then Andrew.
Hi, James.
Hey, Todd.
Today, you told us a few days ago that you were looking at high school film for Justin Martin because he didn't have much on film at the college level. He had some success early in the game. What did you pick up from him defensively over the course of that first half, and how do you think your defense was able to adjust to Tom Allen?
Yeah, I was impressed with him. You know, I'm not sure how tall he is, but looking at him in pregame, he's a big guy. He seemed very poised. The moment didn't seem too big for him. First time starting quarterback. And talking to their head coach before the game, on the catapult, he's run 21 miles an hour. So you're talking about a big guy who can run, who was poised. So I was impressed with that guy. I really was. And I thought, again, when you're preparing all week and you don't have any film of a guy, that can make it a little bit interesting. But overall, our starting defense held a Big Ten opponent to 3 points. They scored a point there late with a lot of backups in. They scored a touchdown there late with a lot of backups in. In today's day and age, keeping people to a field goal is difficult to do. And I thought our defense, did a nice job. There's some things, obviously, we got to get cleaned up. The big explosive play, we did not run with the tailback in man coverage, the guy that had him in man coverage. And that obviously is going to hurt you every single time if they find him. So that was a huge play in the game. But besides that, I thought overall we played well.
Andrew in the back left.
Coach, you mentioned any couple of yards in third quarters this year. What's been the difference in the third quarter, and why have you been so successful in adjusting?
I think really in my time we've been pretty good in the second half in general. I think to me I'm more interested in making sure that we're starting faster. I think that first quarter, you look at the time of possession, not what you want. You look at third down on offense and on defense, not what you want. Again, back to the point I had with you guys earlier about getting enough touches and getting enough plays on offense and getting off the field on defense. So we got to start faster. But defensively, I think you get a good feel for who they are. You get them settled down. You make some adjustments, and I think that's for the biggest reason why we've been able to play really good third quarter football. I think the technology has helped with that as well. But overall, getting our guys lined up, getting their cleats in the ground, getting them ready to play, I think we've done a nice job of that with both offensive and defensive staff.
Smelter here on the left.
James, it seemed that the receivers were being targeted more frequently today. How much of that has had to do with Nick not being available?
More frequently, you said?
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't feel that way or notice that. I felt like we called it the way we have been calling it, but you may be right. I'd have to go back and check that. I don't know. It wasn't like we made a change. Literally, again, we didn't find out until after warm-up that we didn't have Nick. So it's not enough time to kind of change your game plan. And with Kaytron and Quentin, we don't really feel like we have to.
Go two more. We'll go Pickle and Neal.
Coach, with Ryan Barker, what went into your decision to make him your starting place kicker today? With Zion Tracy, what did he do to earn that spot at punt returner with Kaytron Allen?
Yeah, so with Barker, like I mentioned to you guys, I think last week, it came down to a percentage point all during training camp between those two guys. So we felt like this week, we would look at all those guys as well, but it wouldn't just be this week. It'd be this week plus the totality of everything that's happened the entire year. So based on it being a tight competition already and then how the games have gone from a production and execution standpoint in that phase, we felt like it made sense to give Barker his opportunity because, again, it was within a percentage point of the win. What was the other part?
Tracy at punt returner, what did he do?
Yeah, so Tracy had been a part of that competition kind of all year long. We did not have Caden available, and he was the next man up. Jake Spencer still factors in, so we used him in the safe situations where you're probably not going to get a return anyway. Just a guy who's caught some balls already in college games. But Zion, we think he'll learn from this today and have an opportunity to not only catch the ball moving forward, but have a chance to be a playmaker. So excited about that.
Neal, close us out.
Neal.
Hey, James, you're not tuning in a helicopter. It was great, huh?
I was going to call you and land in your backyard.
The 2-minute drill, how much do you think that gave you guys a boost with Drew connecting to get the touchdown right in front of the half?
Yeah, I think we've done a pretty good job of that all year long, points right before the half. You talk about the middle 8 and things like that. That's been, I think, really good for us all year long. I think the other thing that I'm very proud of in terms of the players and offensive and defensive coaches is we want to have all of our timeouts available at the end of the first half and at the end of the game. And there's value in that, and there's power in that. So I think the combination of 2 minutes and 40 seconds or whatever it is in the game with all 3 timeouts, that's a ton of time. It allowed us to start out not in a traditional 2-minute, but have some urgency to us. And then after the 2-minute warning, we were planning on going to 2-minute right there. And with it being a 3rd down, we just used that as a timeout with the 2-minute warning, get what we wanted called, and then go from there. And then if we didn't pick it up, it also allowed us to burn some time off the clock and get the 2-minute warning out of the equation for them if they were getting the ball back. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, guys. Have a good weekend.
Thank you.